Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, guys.
We just realized our countdown timer still had boot camp advertised
Still
on it,
says-
so we thought we'd end it a little sooner.
But what a boot camp it was.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, lots of fun. It was actually really stressful leading up to it. But we did what every entrepreneur has to do. We pivoted. And thanks for playing along, guys. You guys, we're just rock stars. So, so we had a great weekend. We still have our boot camp discount on. So even if you didn't attend boot camp, but you are looking to get some coaching, our special does go till tonight. So it does apply if you want to, look into it. But anyways, let's
Tonight we're talking about momentum.
Because a lot of
momentum, guys. So,
after a full,
After a
4
full-
full days of just go.
totally go. We like to just relax and take a break. And then what happens after that? And every single one of us have been to some sort of seminar or some sort of weekend that we're all excited about. We enjoyed it. We took some really good stuff out of it. But then we get back into our normal routine. And when we get back into our normal routine, we just kind of go back to our normal life. And we start to stop planting those seeds that we talked about during boot camp. We stop dropping those hooks. We stop the forward progress. And so tonight we're going to talk about how we can keep momentum going. So whether you were at boot camp or not, this is about creating positive momentum in your life, creating positive momentum when it comes to real estate investment, because we all know the value of it and what it can do, not only for our lives, but everybody around us as well. So momentum is the focus of our discussion tonight.
So many of you guys joined us for, in Ignited. And so momentum won't be as much of a problem. But let's say that you didn't. And let's say that you're struggling to keep investing at the forefront because you've got all of this stuff going on. This is what we want to talk to you tonight about, because sometimes it's our own expectations that are really what mess us up. It's all about the things that we put on ourselves. We're going to show you some super cute little videos that just kind of drive home the points that we're talking about, just really short ones, and share them with you. Hopefully you'll take them, save them, and remember to watch them when you're struggling. Yeah. I have what I call a smile file in Facebook. It's actually saved from Facebook. I have one on YouTube too, but it basically just reminds me to get out of my own head sometimes when I need to. So, and I review it on a regular basis. So, hey guys, where y'all coming in from? Terwin, nice to see you. I don't know that we've had you join us before, so welcome. Hey, Sean and Andrea, you guys are still in
You guys
Moncton?
are still in Moncton? Wow. Peterborough, Ontario,
They've got
Montreal.
their burrs going on there
St.
in
Albert.
Moncton.
That's awesome.
St. Albert, and then Sean. Sean is our mortgage broker extraordinaire. If you're looking for a mortgage broker, Sean is definitely your guy. Whitecourt, nice. Cape Breton. Lisa, I missed you on the weekend. I was looking for you. I didn't see you, but I know how it goes sometimes. So, Sanjeev, awesome. Sam,
Campbelltown, New Brunswick. Cool. Ladner, BC. These are places I haven't heard of before.
Okay, so I don't think we went there when we went to New Brunswick, but so welcome, guys. It's great to see everybody. So across the country, you guys, our investor journey is, I can just feel my ponytail falling down. So our investor journey is so similar. There's different nuances across provinces, different names, things like we call, out west we call a house that shares a wall with another house, we call it like a duplex. Some people call it a half duplex. Then you go further east and they call it a semi-detached. There's different nuances like that, but at the end of the day, guys, we're all just human and we're all just trying to make it in this game called real estate. And there's things that will dislodge us and that will throw us for a loop and that will take us out of the game. And so who hasn't had one of those days? If you're on this chat and you haven't had one of those days where you're just like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I want to keep going, throw it in there, because you're a rock star and we need to get to know you.
Or that means it's coming. So you know what? That's the real. Let's be real about it. We all have the ups and downs. Nothing in life or nothing in real estate investment always runs smoothly. I mean, you think
Alliston,
about
Ontario.
all the little things when it comes to buying a property, and the closing process, and never mind dealing with the tenants afterwards, never mind any renovations you might do, and there's always something that comes up that maybe throws us for a little loop,
And
or something we weren't counting on.
it's always on a Friday night of like the most important Friday night that you've had in a while, somebody's special dinner, or when you're headed out of town, or when you get like 3 hours out of town, or when you're on the plane,
or when you're on your way to a boot camp and your motorhome breaks down.
Your motorhome breaks down.
Yeah, these things happen,
and
right?
And you're in a small town in Montana in the middle of nowhere, and the part is
2 days away.
2 days away.
Yeah.
So hey, it happens, and there is a difference between those that make it anyways. It's not like they have this beautiful life and things don't go wrong, but it's just how we deal with it. So we're going to talk about those things. Before we get to it really quick, I'm just going to welcome all of our new Igniteds.
Oh man, this is so exciting. Exciting.
Yeah. And the energy that you guys bring today is one of those days, Grant. Hey, no way. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Hey, but Grant and Kareen, for those of you guys that don't know them, they are very much planners, and that's what we're going to talk about. One of the points we're going to talk about today, they are very planned. They have everything together.
No, four main points that can help us to create and maintain our momentum. So when we have positive momentum, guys, we've heard the adage a million times that it's much easier to keep
An object in motion
stays in motion. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
It's easier to keep it in motion than it is to get it restarted every single time. So how do we just keep ourselves in motion? We're going to go over 4 main points today, but you wanted to go over our Igniteds first.
All right. Just want to welcome all of our new Igniteds.
Yes, this is quite a list, guys.
Okay, so we've got Aaron, Anthony, Myrna, Craig and Lisa Stanley, Jeannie, Rhonda, Aziz and Mariah, I think it is, Gladys and Sam, Edwin and Helen, Sujan, Cheryl, Karen and Daryl, Tony, Rick and Judy, Mary, Pam, Juke, Helen in Washington, Heather, Candace, and Andrew.
Amazing.
So
Quite a
welcome,
list,
you guys. Yeah, it's going to be lots of fun.
And
tonight's our first laser. Oh, that's Ryan and Ashley that's on. Oh.
Okay, guys, give StreamYard your permission.
Oh, yeah. Hey, George. George just recently retired. He's out in Yarmouth. Yeah, it's a great life. Good investor life. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, so welcome everyone to Ignited. You're going to love it, and you'll meet everybody here tonight. Is that 20, Andrea? Of course, you would count, wouldn't you? You would know. Okay, guys, so number one, we're going to start with a video.
Okay,
yeah, we're going to show you a little video. You've probably seen it before, but I'll tell you, every single time I come back to it, and I'm like, okay, I can be this little person, because sometimes this is just how life goes, isn't it? So you tell me, Grant, is this what your day is like today?
This one here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So let me just start this. And guys, you might have seen this before on Facebook or something like that, but have a look. It's actually quite inspiring.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Here we go. How do I share? We go like that.
Oh,
and I'm going to add the stream. And I'm going to make this bigger. Watch this little guy, guys. This little guy's trying to make it up to his mom.
Look at Big Mama up there, just not able to do a darn thing. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, yeah, good. Okay. Oh.
Almost.
Oh, so you see he changed paths?
Now, what do you think this guy might be thinking at times? Like he's struggling here. He's thinking, I'm so close to making it. And my mom's right there.
There we go.
And
okay,
I'm almost there. And oh my goodness. Have we felt this in life, guys? Look at this poor little guy.
Oh.
Baby. Where did he go? Oh my goodness.
Okay, but watch how quick he grabs on.
Now,
when he gets a
when
lifeline,
you get down
look
there,
at that.
what do you think a lot of us do?
Didn't-
A lot of us just sit there and now take a break, don't
Right?
we?
He did not.
Maybe we assess it. Maybe we stop for a while. We don't do anything. This guy immediately started trying again.
Look at him. So precious. Do you feel like that though sometimes, you guys? That's a pretty big mountain to climb. And there's nobody there helping you. But you know what there is? There's footsteps to follow. There's tracks that make it just a little bit easier. Look at him go. One foot in front of another. How is he doing it? He's doing it one step at a time. And look at that mama pacing up there, hey? So cute. Oh, he took a little breather. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, there's a little slip. And then you get scared that it's going to be a big slip. But now he's making his own
Determination,
tracks.
guys.
Determination.
Not
Never
giving
give
up.
up. There you
Look
go.
at
And look,
that.
they just head out like it never happened.
Yeah, look how happy they are now.
No drama attached. Just like it never happened.
Okay,
So-
there we go.
I don't know if you guys have seen that video before, but it's one of the ones that I keep and I watch because when I need a pick me up, to me, I'm just like, okay, I'm that little bear. I see my goal. I know I have to get there. Like, what choice does he have? He didn't have a choice, and that's why he kept going. And neither do you right now. You don't have a choice, guys. If you don't make this work, your life is not going to be what you hoped for. And neither is the life of those around you. So what choice do you have? You don't have a choice. You have to climb the mountain.
Yeah.
So what did you guys get from the video? Type it in the chat for us. I mean, we can tell you what we think and whatever, but what stands out
What are some
for
highlights
you
from that?
for that
what
little
lesson
video?
do you think we can learn from that little guy? And maybe there's some lessons we can learn from the mom. You know, the mom's just standing up there, encouraging, giving him a goal.
I don't know whose comment that is because I can't see, but Mom, you worked way too hard for me to not be great. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Keep
Brian
keep
Banks.
on going. Brian, right? Pretty amazing. Get up and keep going. One thing I really noticed was when so there's a couple things. He changed paths. He fell down a bit, and instead of going back up the same way, which is the definition of insanity, trying to do the same thing over and over again and you expect a different result, you're not going to get a different result. Sometimes we have to change paths. And then he got some more traction. And then he fell because he went in her footsteps, right? So he fell a little bit. Also, what I noticed was when he hit those rocks, man, did he ever just like scramble and keep on rolling. He didn't sit there and go, poor me, wow, I suck. Wow, how come I didn't make it up? Wow, she's way bigger than me. Look how much more weight she had. And she made it, but I didn't.
I'm not strong enough.
I'm not strong
I'm too
enough.
small. I'm this, I'm that. It was an immediate reaction to keep going and to get up there and not to feel sorry for himself. So awesome little inspiration that we can take from that example.
I'm going to read some of these because they're just so great. Perseverance, get up and keep going. Shift, pivot. You got to make it happen yourself, but there's guidance, right? There's always going to be someone there cheering you on. Just getting there and falling all the way down. Been there, and being here is almost at the top again. Right, Karen? More than you know. There'll always be ups and downs, but the point is keep moving forward, right? If he just sat down on those rocks at the bottom and said, okay, can't do it, then he'd be right. He can't. But that's not what he did, right? Change pays off. I love it, Cindy. The struggle's real. Totally never give up. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Bear always needs his mom. Keep your eye on the prize, right, baby? Okay, so when you're down,
heck yeah yourself and keep moving.
Heck yeah yourself, right, Karina?
Yeah.
And Karina, awesome example of that too. So guys, do what you have to do to never give up, because at the end of the day, we're gonna talk about this next. It comes right into our next point. Is there's going to be unexpected things that come up, and we can plan as much as we want. For you people out there that are planners. I respect you so much because I'm not. But I can only imagine how tough it must be when your plans don't go according to plan. And I know my sister is a planner, and when things don't go according to plan, she's very
Doesn't know what to do.
she doesn't know what to do. It throws her, really throws her. So we're gonna watch a next video, which Andrew Hong or Hong Ming shared with us in Fearless this morning, which was pretty darn appropriate.
This is a 4-second little clip.
Yeah, we'll have to play it a couple
of times, but again, it shows a point here, guys. So here we go. I have to set up the share again. Okay, here we go. Watch this again.
Which one is winning? Which marble wins? Is it the one with the straight path?
Okay, so what do you get from that video, guys? That video of those two balls. Now, one of them had a straight path. It had no ups, but it also had no downs. The one ball that had the downs and the ups, which one went faster? Which one created more momentum? So when we look at that and we look at that example, what does that teach us in life? What does that teach us in real estate investment? Throw it into the comments, guys, because there is a lesson we can learn from this.
And thanks, Andrew, for sharing that with us, because that was just perfect for today for our topic. Yeah. So yeah, the downs create momentum. So
if we don't have the downs, we're going to be slower.
Yeah.
That's where that momentum is created. We learn lessons from it. And though that down creates the momentum so that we can go back up. Great example there.
So really, really cool. So, I mean, I think slow and steady still does win the race. We're going to talk about that in a second. But I think that sometimes when we expect the straight line without any issues is going to be, what wins. I think we forget that it's boring and people jump off that path a whole lot easier. And yeah, those bumps create that momentum. I was thinking about dirt biking too. I hate going on sandy whoops, they're called, where they're sandy, because every down gives you this momentum to go up the next whoop, and you get going like this, and it's sand and it throws you around, and I do not like them. I know everyone else does, but it's the momentum that's created from these whoops, and you get going faster so that you can just fly through them. But yeah, pretty neat little lesson there. So thanks, guys, for throwing it in the chat. Ups and downs make you more knowledgeable. Roller coasters, Grant, you're crazy. The downs create momentum.
I love roller coasters too. Lots of fun.
I do not.
No.
I do not at all. Okay, so first point, guys, is we're coming out of boot camp, okay? We've got lots of momentum going, but life is going to hit you. You booked off a couple of days, right? Those 3-4 days to just focus on that, and that's great. But life is going to hit you. And if you weren't able to join us in Ignited, and now you're kind of on your own, we hear from people every single time we do boot camp, and they're like, I just feel lost now. I don't know what to do with myself. So there's certain things that you have to do, and that's just like that little bear, one foot in front of the other. Point number 1 is never give up. Change paths if you have to. But at the end of the day, if he just sat at the bottom of that hill and didn't do anything for himself, he'd never finish that race. He'd never get to his mom. So, number 2, expect the unexpected. You can plan as much as you want, but if you think your journey in real estate is going to be like this, straight up, you're crazy. You're going to do this.
Yeah.
It's going to go in an upward trajectory. You're going to actually, go up at the end, be higher than when you began. But at the end of the day, expect the unexpected and embrace it. It's okay.
Yeah, and normal. It's not like anything is happening to you that doesn't happen to others.
There you go again. Cindy can't sing the song, but yeah, that 4-second clip does speak volumes. Absolutely. So and just wanted to say, congrats, girl. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so number 3 is actually, Grant, what you said. Consistency, which you guys are like the epitome of consistency. So good thing that we do believe that that's gonna win too. We have another video to show you. So it's so interesting how our psyche. Now tell me this, guys. Put it in the chat for me. Have any of you guys ever seen other people, let's say, buy their, 5th property, 10th property, 1st property, 40th, 60th, and like all of a sudden they've got 200 doors and whatever, and you're like, what the heck is wrong with me? Like, why can they do it, but I can't do it? Have you guys ever felt that way? Put it in the chat for me. I know for me, that was huge. It was absolutely massive. It inspired belief, but I also was like, that's not me. That's not going to be me. So when we see others that, just fly out of the gate and just like lap everybody. Absolutely. Good. Yes, guys, you're seeing it. Thank you. This is a real problem. We feel like we're not good enough. But, Adele, you guys know Adele Dick, and she's so full of wisdom. And, she just says, like, I didn't hurry. I did something 30 years ago, and then I just waited and I sat on it. And I didn't rush, and I didn't compare myself with others because there was no one to compare myself with. I didn't know anyone else was doing this. And, 30 years later, she's working and creating more, but you don't have to be first out of the gate. You don't have to be lapping everybody to win this race. So, the same old story, struggling right now. Oh, I'm sorry, whoever that is. I'm going to see who that is. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yes. Perfect, Crystal. It sure is.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's we don't need to compare ourselves to others. We don't need what others might have. We might not even want what others might have, because that ball with the ups and downs, those downs might be too difficult for us to handle at times in order to get those ups. So we all have a different path. We all have different goals. We all have different desires we're trying to attain. All of us have a different why, and that's a topic that we talked about during our boot camp, is creating our why, personally our why. Why are we doing this? Why do we want to buy an extra piece of real estate? Maybe we buy one. Maybe we buy two. It doesn't mean we have to buy 50 or 100 to be successful. If we have one investment property, guys, we are miles ahead of the general population out there. So it's not about a race. It's not about who gets there first. It's not about who has the most. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are working towards our own personal why. And like we've said a million times, it's different for everybody.
So yeah, just throwing in just to show you guys, for those of you that didn't comment on it, just to show you that a lot of these guys are people that are in the game. Some are just brand new, some are veterans, but everybody is saying, yeah, Adele is everybody's friend. We all love Adele. My goodness. No, I don't mean she's everybody's friend, but yeah, isn't she amazing? But we don't need to compare ourselves to others. So it's funny how many people love her. That's perfect. Let's show this little video that we have. It's super cool. And of course, it's probably not going to be the way it always works out. Actually, you want to just take that off because I think it'll cover the picture. It's not obviously going to be the way it always works out, but it's such a good analogy of how life is. And thank you, Sarah Rochford, for this one, because you posted this into Fearless, and I've got it in my smile file, and I hold on to it for when I need a pick-me-up.
So as we watch this, guys, it's only 39 seconds long, but as we watch this video, try to think of what point that has to do with real estate investment can we take from this video, okay? And then throw it in the chat, guys. Here we go.
Carissa, you do have to click it too. Oh, what's happening there? Oh, there.
Hold on. I want
Oh,
to do that there. I'll
You
start
start
it again.
again, yeah.
Okay.
so there's the tortoise. And there's the hare. The hare's obviously going to be faster, right? Look at that tortoise, just slow and steady. What's going on?
What can we learn from this, guys? It's a real life example here.
I love this example. Again, Sarah, thank you for posting that in Fearless. What do you guys see? What did you learn from this example that we need to apply to real estate? What can we apply to real estate? The hare got distracted. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly, Jules. Don't get distracted. Stay focused.
How many of us know of somebody that has gotten full into something, whatever that might be? Maybe it's a side business, maybe it's a side hustle, maybe it's real estate, maybe it's something else. They're all in, they go full tilt, and then they stop. Because why? They see another shiny object to one side or the other. And then they pursue that shiny object, and then they stop. And then they pursue another shiny object, and then they stop. That's what reminded me when I saw the hare, because he got distracted. He started looking around. He started looking at people looking at him. He started looking at what others were thinking. He started maybe getting a little self-conscious because this hare was going ahead of him. Who knows? But, or the tortoise was. But what did the tortoise doing? Was he looking around side to side? No, he was looking straight ahead, moving there, slow and steady. And you know what? He won the race.
So this, at the end of the day, you guys, it's not rocket science, but one thing that we can say is that we have seen people that come blasting out of the gate like the hare, and they just fly out, and you think, oh man, like they are just flying. But you know what? They can't keep up that pace. So pace is one thing. For one, it's just about consistency, guys. Just one foot in front of the other. Don't look at your neighbor. Don't look over here. Don't, just keep on going. But also, it's about, so I remember this one investor. She was actually, we met her at our very first rate meeting. We sat beside her. She gave us some great advice that we to this day give to other people because it was just so great. But it was so interesting because within a couple of years, she got herself up to 5 properties, which was really amazing. Again, now with all the knowledge out there, that happens quicker sometimes. But back then, that was a lot. That was a big deal. Next thing I know, she's talking to me about Forex. And I'm like, what? I was so confused because I was like, how, if real estate was it, next thing she's into these enzyme sugars that cure your body. And, she never bought more properties. Never. Like, we kept in touch with her for a lot of years and she never bought any more properties. But she also didn't make it in any of the other things because but there was all these rabbit holes. There was always something bigger and better and shinier. The squirrel, right, Sean? That, can distract us. So, yeah, guys, it's definitely, I like your point, actually, Craig and Lisa. Racehorses have blinders on, so they can only see what they are doing. So do you have blinders, guys? It can be tough to stay focused with so much going on around you. Absolutely. But it's your journey. And that, Melanie will talk about that all the time. It's your journey. Stop looking around you. It's not going to help you at all. So, anyways, yeah. When I joined Ignite, it helped me stay focused. Perfect. That's good. Okay. So that is number 3. That was the tortoise. And number 4, we are coming back to what Corey talked about. And there you go, Carissa. Now I can see you. But what Corey talked about at the end of the day is all about your why. So again, guys, throw it in the chat. Why are you doing this? Go back to it. Remember, It's not for $1 million. It's not for 50 doors. It's not for, $10,000 a month in cash flow. What is it for? Throw it in the chat for me. It doesn't have to be a long story, just a person's name or an ideal lifestyle. It could be golfing around the world. It could be paying off, buying your parents a car. What is it for you? I'm not quitting or giving up. I love that.
Legacy for my family. Throw it in the chat, guys. Let us know what your why is. What's the root of it all?
Disney World and playing in the sand with my future grandkids and having the time to do so, right? How amazing.
Living a fearless life. I like that.
Here,
Nicole.
put some of these on. I love this. So, that one. Legacy, perfect. My husband, kids, and mom. Okay, like if you keep that before you, how do you lose, right? How can you? You don't have your choice. You're like that little bear. You have no choice. You can only go up. Retirement with a purpose. Love it. Yeah. Sean and Andrea, your parents. Yeah. Because both of you have parents that are going to need help. Time and flexibility. Something that we can't recreate, right? We can't. It's a non-renewable resource. Giving my kids a break from parenting by stealing. And I don't know, Mel, if you had that or not. Help. We didn't have help when we were raising our nephew. And then my sister, there's us and both sets of grandparents that fight over who can babysit those kids. Pretty cool life. Tired of the trap, race to the bottom. I want time.
Yeah.
Yep. When you've worked long time.
Where do you want to travel, Cindy?
Not the UK, I'm going to guess. Having time to enjoy life. Creating generational wealth. Awesome, Shri. My kids and I to build generational wealth, to feel secure in many areas. Yeah. Security. Freedom. Ooh, I like it. Don't tell me I can't do this. Forget it. Lots of answers. Financial independence from jobs, right? That's choice. Children and grandchildren. I want out of the rat race. My boys retiring early. An RV with your face on it. Awesome. Quit your job, Ryan. All right. So, yeah, spending a lot of time working when you're younger can sometimes teach you a lesson in, that's not what I want to do. It's just not. So, guys, all of these things, time to smell the roses. All of these things, guys, that's the stuff that drives you. Now, for those of you that were in boot camp with us, we spent, quite a bit of time on this. The reason? Because we feel it's the difference between you're going to make it or you're not going to make it in the end. We do feel that it is the reason why we're still standing. Because for us, the fact that it was for somebody else that was bigger than us made all the difference in the world. And when I'm standing in a house with, we told the story this weekend with flooding water, freezing, no power because the water had tripped the breaker, thank goodness. Standing there and saying, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm out. As soon as this flood issue is done, I'm selling everything. And then I pictured my parents and I pictured the reason I was doing this. And I all of a sudden literally had as much energy mentally and physically as I could ever imagine. I just was like, that was dumb. What do you mean you can't do this? Yes, you can. Don't be stupid. And it was just like done, just like that. And it was this shift, this moment.
And just a reminder too, guys, when looking at a lot of the answers here, they're awesome. A lot of thought has gone into these answers as to what your why is. But remember this, the 7 layers of why. So, think about what you put in the chat as to what your why is. And then ask yourself again, why do I want that? Okay, go a little bit deeper. So, for example, I want to create generational wealth. Why do you want to create generational wealth? Or have a travel lifestyle. Why do you want to be able to travel? What is the reasons behind that? Not be dependent on my employer. That's great, but why don't you want to be dependent on an employer?
So
what's the why that drives that?
And I'll
so
give
go
you
a little
example.
bit deeper on these.
We did this live one time from stage. There was a room probably about 500 people. So the people that put their hand up to participate in this were quite brave for doing so. And it was a guy right in the front row, maybe second row. Anyways, and he was an older gentleman, and maybe you're watching, I don't know. But he put up his hand and he said, okay, I'll share my why. And we did the 7 layers out loud. And he said, okay, so I want to be able to work less. So that was layer 1. And we're like, okay, why? And he says, well, I'd like to spend more time with my wife. And we said, okay, why? And he looked at her and he said, is it okay? And she said, yeah. And she was just looking down. And I don't know if any of you guys were there that time, because we did so many summits but maybe you guys will remember this. It was life-changing for me anyways. I'll never, ever forget it. So he says, can I share? And she said, yeah. And she kind of just stared at the table. And he said, well, my wife has depression. And every day I walk out the door and I leave her at home by herself. And I go and I have a fulfilling job, and I go and I have social, a social interaction and a life with other people. And then I come home at the end of the day and I'm tired, and she needs to visit. She's been lonely and she suffers with depression. And by then I'm too tired. So I'm giving her my leftovers. And we were like, holy smokes, why? So we went deeper into it. And at the end of the day, he feels guilty every single day that he walks out that door, and he can't even enjoy the enjoyable things in life because his wife isn't enjoying them. And there was just so much to it. But his first answer was, I want to be able to work less. Yeah. And that was great. It's a good answer. But it has nothing to do with why you actually want this, guys. So dig deeper. Do your 7 layers of why. It's amazing the change that it can have. Was anybody in the audience when we were there that time? Just curious.
So that's the thing, guys, is
7 layers of
we
patience.
need to keep this momentum going. You need to, if you don't have any momentum right now and you're struggling, you need to create positive momentum. You need to get that ball, the ball that goes down and up and down and up. You need to start the motion first, and then it's able to carry itself and keep going. So creating momentum, keeping that momentum going is the focus of what we're talking about here. And we talked about 4 different things that you can do to be able to do that. Number 1, don't give up when things get difficult. Remember the bear?
Okay, we're running up the hill. Them all again, aren't we?
Are we?
In succession? But
okay.
Just before we do that, though, in closing, Shri, I just want to say, awesome. You don't have enough money all the time, but your parents, I think, they worked hard for you, and because of them, you are here. Oh, that went away. And you're making them proud, and you're passing on that learning to your kids. Now that's a why. So every time, Shri, you get, an off-market deal that doesn't work out for you, or something goes wrong, or you're stuck at work again, and you were supposed to, be looking for properties or whatever, just go back to, picture your parents, picture their faces. And that's the stuff that's going to drive you. So we're going to go through all 3 of these videos one more time in closing, guys. Just so you know, last chance tonight, our discount on Ignited. So it is $1,000 off, guys. If you guys are interested, join us. If you say you're in while we're live, you also get to be part of our roadmap call, which is on.
And this is the last opportunity. So the cart closes tonight, so the discount goes away, the live bonuses go away. So tonight is the last opportunity. If any of you have been on the fence for a while about joining Ignited, and I will say one other thing is we had so many join over our last boot camp, 20 new Ignited members. There are limited spaces left, and this is the first time that we're ever saying that, because we're getting close to the capping point where we have decided to cap the program. And spaces will open up as certain members move on, but we are going to cap the program. So if you have been thinking for a while, hey, maybe now's the time, or I want to do this, but I'm not quite ready, there will be a cap on the program fairly soon. So just so you're aware, okay? Yeah, so we're going to play these each individually, or start with the bear. Here we go.
Yeah, let's start with the bear.
Here we go. This is us, guys, in real estate. This happens
We're not as cute though.
all the time in real estate. It's a struggle. It's a mountain to climb. You see that big bird going by too there in the shadow? Sometimes we feel like we're almost there, and then we slip. But you know what that bear has is it has encouragement up top.
It also
It has somebody that has made it up there.
He's changing direction, going into her footsteps.
Yeah.
So find somebody that you want to follow, somebody who has done what you want to do, and follow in the footsteps. It's just easier.
Poor little guy.
Oh, just so
look
precious.
at how close.
Ooh, so
look
close.
at how close. You got to feel bad for him.
Watch when he hits these rocks.
Does he stop and whine?
Oh, look at him. And he's just struggling the whole... Look at him.
No moping going on there.
No moping. No, I'm not good enough. No, wow, I was almost there. No, why me? Why?
That's a big mountain. And this could be our lives, guys. This is, we got a long ways to go. We might be thinking, you know what? I got a long ways to go to accomplish my why, to accomplish where I want to be, so that I can, not only help ourselves, but we talked about a lot in boot camp is helping everyone around us too. And that mountain can seem really big at times, and we can seem really small. But perseverance, trying different routes, having someone at the top encouraging us, pulling us along on the way, waiting for us to get there.
Going in paths already trodden. And
you can make it.
Makes sense. So cute. Okay, so that was our first point, guys, is all about the never giving up, changing course when we have to, following in someone's footsteps if you need to. The second one that we talked about was expecting the unexpected and just knowing that that momentum can drive you and it's okay. So we're going to watch that one now. Almost.
Here we go.
Which one is winning? So
what do we learn from that, guys?
The ups and downs can actually drive the momentum. If we're expecting them. If we're not expecting them, they might drive us crazy. But one more point I want to make about that is, where would there be danger in both scenarios? So did they both make it to the end? Sure. Who made it faster is the one with the ups and downs, and that's okay. But if there had been a roadblock in one of those, in either of those, where the ball came to an absolute stop and momentum was completely lost, what would it take? How much energy does it take to get something back in motion versus keeping an object that's already in motion? And so that's why momentum is so important. Do what you have to do. Go to meetups, do a virtual, events, get a new real estate book, go for coffee with a real estate friend. Do what you have to do to keep that momentum going. Because once you get a roadblock, if you have a question you don't know how to answer, you have a strategy you don't quite understand, you have a motivated vendor that you're so excited about, and then boom, you're done. Those things are the things that keep you out of the game, because you then are working so hard and expending so much energy to keep on going. So keep your momentum going. Do whatever you have to do, whether it's slow and steady, like the slow marble, or the ups and downs that gets momentum every time. That's okay. It doesn't matter which way you go. And last point, last video is right here. It's just about consistency, whether it's 10 minutes a day or 10 minutes a week. It's consistency. And watch the rabbit. What happened? See his head?
What's he looking at, guys?
See his face?
Where's the tortoise looking? Now he's confused, that little hair. He doesn't know what to look at, where to go. Oh, backwards? He's even got some food encouraging him at the end. But you know what? Who
He's
wins
just
the
looking
race?
around. The tortoise wins. All right, guys. All right, so that is Tactical Tuesday. Welcome to all of our new Igniteds. Super excited to have you guys. If you're wondering how to find our laser session, when you registered, you got an email that gave you access to the membership site, and in the membership site is all the instructions, including how to find our lasers. Now, let's say you're already in and you did all that. If you're in our Ignited Facebook group, go up to guides, and there is all of the links that you're going to need to find us. Find the laser one, and we're going to see you in Zoom right away for our
And if you're
first
having
laser
issues
session.
with all of that, feel free to reach out to a member of our team. Reach out to Melanie and
Or Julie.
and they can connect you. All right,
Yes.
guys, keep the momentum going.
Don't
Don't
lose it.
stop. Be okay changing direction.
Mhm.
All the things we talked about today. Start defining your why. Finish your homework if you're in boot camp and maybe you haven't done that part yet. Still get her done. And keep that momentum going, guys. It's very, very important. All right. We'll see you next Tuesday for another Tactical Tuesday. And for all of our Igniteds, all our new Igniteds, we will see you over in our laser session on Zoom
And then
here in about 10 minutes. We're
Yeah.
right at the top of the hour. We will
it'll
be there
8
to get
p.m.
that going.
Eastern. We'll see you guys over there and see everybody else. Oh no, I have an announcement to make. Okay, so we have a special speaker from CMHC that's
Oh,
coming
yes.
to us at the beginning of April. So the first 2 weeks in April, 5th and 12th, they are coming to us to talk to us about sustainable housing. This is the first time they've ever done this, guys. I'm so excited. So sustainable housing, green housing, the grants that are involved in getting it, what we have to do to accomplish it, why, how the numbers work out. This is coming from an entrepreneurial viewpoint, okay? So mark your calendars for April 5th and 12th.
This is
It's
information that
exclusive.
has never been shared, guys. And,
Well,
and
not with a group like ours.
Not with a group like ours or a group like anywhere. So we're going to be interviewing. It's going to be awesome.
And they're bringing, like, they had to get special approval for this and fight for it, and they're bringing us some goods. So make sure to join us if you're all about that, like, social consciousness. There's going to be some great reasons and great programs for you and understanding them and how to access them. So yeah, Brian Banks is going to be joining us as well. So anyways, Kate, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Or
Thanks for
Ignited's
joining
over in
us.
laser. See you guys.
Cheers, everyone.